Welcome all the Torah Time listeners and Stories to Inspire listeners. I want to share with you a beautiful story about the power of tefillah, the power of prayer. In this story, I heard firsthand from the person that I happened to in Brooklyn, New York, a couple of years ago. This person, he went to Eretz Yisrael on a trip with his family. This person from Brooklyn, he went to Eretz Yisrael, and of course, you go to the Kotel and you go to the Western Wall. As he's by the Kotel, his wife goes behind the Mechitza. She goes to the women's section of the Kotel where you pray. And he goes with his son to the men's section and they're praying. They're praying. Each one obviously was all into it, or heartsick. His heart is talking to Hashem at the Kotel. The father starts walking away from the Kotel, from the Western Wall, but his son is staring at a certain person that was standing next to him, that was davening so strong, and was davening and crying, with real tears, like, oh, yeah, the guy was really davening. The son turns to his father and he tells him, Abba, why is he crying so much? What is he crying for? So the father tells his son, listen, unfortunately, people have tzarot, people have yisurim, just the way it is. We're not going to go bother any person. People need prayers, people need yeshut, people need salvation. But the guy kept on screaming and davening to Hashem and davening, and the boy was so curious why this guy is crying. The boy even runs to his mother behind the mechitza. He goes around the mechitza, he goes to his mother and tells her, Mommy, there's a person that's really crying like a baby, davening to Hashem by the kotel. Can we go over to him and see what's bothering him? And remember, this is a little boy. The parents calm the boy down from Brooklyn and tell him this is normal stuff. People have unfortunately problems. People daven to Hashem. It's not our business to go over to him and ask him what's the deal. Leave him alone. But the boy was insisting, no, Abba, I want to know what's bothering this guy. The husband, the father, and he told me the story from Brooklyn. He goes over to this person, he taps his back, and he tells him, listen, my son is seeing you davening so strongly and crying. What are you crying about? What is bothering you? What's going on? The person that was davening so strong, the Israeli Jew, told this person from Brooklyn that my son is about to get bar mitzvah. He's about to have his bar mitzvah. And there's no way I can afford tefillin, no way I can afford a normal hall to give him a normal bar mitzvah like the rest of his friends. I don't know where I'm going to get money from, but I know that I can always daven to Hashem. And that was davening to Hashem to please send me money. Please send me a good pair of tefillin for my son. Please give me the zechut that I can be able to give a bar mitzvah to my son in a good hall. That's what I was davening for. The father tells him, you know what, let's exchange numbers. Maybe I can help you. Maybe I can send you tefillin from New York. Maybe I'll pay you tefillin over here. Let's exchange numbers. They exchanged numbers, Abatai. They got in touch. And as this person from Brooklyn was still in Eretz Yisrael, they went together in Israel to go to a good sofer to buy a pair of tefillin for this boy that was getting bar mitzvah. And more than that, he even paid for a hall for the bar mitzvah. And more than that, he got invited to the bar mitzvah all the way from New York. Rabotai, what a tremendous story. It sounds like a small thing, but listen to what happened here. This person at home, this Israeli Jew, who knows what was going on? He says, whoa, where am I going to get money from? How is this going to happen? Where am I turning to? He goes to the kotel, he turns to Abba Shamayim, he turns to the Kadosh Baruch Hu, and he davens, Hashem, I need the money. Hashem, I need a pair of tefillin. He had no clue where his Yeshua was going to come from. No way did he expect some American guy from New York that has the money to tap his back and then pay for the pair of tefillin and also pay for the whole of the bar mitzvah. From here we see the power of tefillah. Daven to Hashem, daven to our Father b'Shamayim, daven to Abba Shabashamayim. No matter what happens, always daven to Kadosh Baruch Hu. You don't know where the Yeshua is going to come from, but Hashem does. But you always gotta daven.